Hello there guys, welcome to one of my live videos, and on this video there is quite a few things to negotiate about. I am going to be giving you the latest news on Fred, and also going to be giving you a bit more additional information on Dean Henderson. I have been talking with you about Dean Henderson on a regular basis and that. And then a bit later on in the video, I am going to be talking with you a bit more about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, like I did do on my video this morning. So anyway, let's start with the news on Fred. So according to recent reports, Fred wants to extend his contract at Manchester United this year, and he does want an increase on his £130,000 a week wages. Now, I think, Fred will end up signing a new long-term contract at Manchester United, maybe not at this moment in time. But I think, Fred has enjoyed an exceptional season under Ole Gunnar Solsjaer. He has been given his chances and all of that. And Fred has definitely, confounded his critics wrong. Under the Jose Mourinho era, Fred never really got his opportunities. I thought also Fred was an exceptional player at Shakhtar Donetsk. He was very, very good there. We paid over £50 million for Fred. I think he's still got 3 years left on his current contract and that. So Man United, may enter negotiations over extending Fred's contract at the football club. But Fred, has still got a lot of years ahead of him. So that is the latest news regarding him. To be fair, we have extended a lot of players' contracts since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in. I still think we've got around, 7 or 8 players' contracts that are due to expire next year. Don't forget, I give you the positive news regarding Scott McTominay yesterday. It had been announced that Scott McTominay had signed a 5-year contract at Manchester United to keep him at the club until 2025, and he's also an option of a further year. Solskjaer had responded, to Scott McTominay signing this new long-term contract, and Solskjaer said that he's been part of the club for a lot of years. As you know, McTominay, I think he's been with us since 2012, and he did say that McTominay has got, a long-term future with Manchester United. I think in the last year, Scott McTominay has been a world-class midfielder. I think he made his senior debut for us in 2017 against Arsenal, and he's gone on to make 75 appearances, and he has scored around 6 goals. So it's very, very good, that McTominay signed a new 5-year contract at Manchester United and all of that. And I think, McTominay now, he's one of our first choice midfielders, but I think he's definitely, the foreseeable future for Manchester United. Now let's delve into news on Dean Henderson. So reportedly, we could loan Dean Henderson out for another season because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come out and said, he doesn't think that Dean Henderson, is Manchester United's number one. He's not ready to be Manchester United's number one and all of that. Solskjaer, did say, he also mentioned it in the press conference ahead of the Sheffield United game. He says that, Dean Henderson will be England's number one goalkeeper and Manchester United's number one goalkeeper in the future. Because Solskjaer, did say, that Dean Henderson has done very, very well at Sheffield United. He's being coached well and he's obviously, been developing well. And he's only in his early 20s, is Dean Henderson. This has been his second season on loan with Sheffield United. It's been his second season on loan with them. He has been Sheffield United's player of the season. He's going to remain at Sheffield United for the remainder of this season. Dean Henderson isn't going to play tonight, by the way, against Sheffield due to personal reasons. So that is the main explanation. Dean Henderson has still got a contract with us until 2022. Recent stories did say that, we will offer Dean Henderson an improved contract, but he will only accept this new contract offer if he's guaranteed to be our number one goalkeeper for next season. So Solskjaer's got a goalkeeping decision to make between David De Gea and Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson, has had quite a few loan spells. He had a loan spell at Stockport. He had a loan spell at Grimsby and Shrewsbury. We got Dean Henderson in 2011. We got him at just the age of, 14. We got him from Carlisle at just the age of 14 and that. But maybe Solskjaer believes, he needs, another loan spell, to gain more experience, does Dean Henderson. But yeah, so could go out on loan for next season. But I think, David De Gea for the remainder of this season is obviously, going to remain our number one goalkeeper. Don't forget, Solskjaer did say that, David De Gea is still the best goalkeeper in the world, even though he has been a liability in the last couple of years. He has been a liability in the last couple of years, reflecting on the amount of mistakes that he has made. Solskjaer's actually, defended David De Gea because don't forget in the 1-1 draw with Tottenham on Friday, Roy Keane had criticised David De Gea because obviously, he should have saved Steven Bergwijn's shot. He also criticised Harry Maguire and, Luke Shaw because they were also accountable as well. But I think, like I said to you on my video this morning, Solskjaer set the deadline for De Gea. He's going to give David De Gea 12 months to rescue his career at Manchester United. This has been now David De Gea's 9th season at Manchester United. He is approaching his 10th year at the football club. So De Gea's been a long servant at Manchester United. But like I said to you, I think he's had 7 good years out of the 9 years he has been here. David De Gea has nearly made 400 appearances for the club in all competitions, but De Gea is still regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world, reflecting on what he's achieved at the club, because he's won everything here domestically. He's also, won individual awards, reflecting on his good run of performances. Don't forget, David De Gea last September signed a 4-year deal at the club worth $375,000 a week. So David De Gea is the highest paid goalkeeper in the world, and he is the highest paid at the football club, and he is in his late 20s. But I did say, if David De Gea leaves Manchester United, he will go back to Spain. The main explanations is because he was born in Spain. He began his footballing career in Spain with Atletico Madrid. Back in 2015, which was 5 years ago, David De Gea was close to joining Real Madrid. But due to a fax machine, the deal never materialised. So he ended up staying at Manchester United, did David De Gea. But, I don't think we'd sell him in the summer transfer window anyway. I think if we was to sell him, we'd sell him sometime next year. But, we'd still get a lot more, than the £17 million that were paid for him from Atletico Madrid. So actually, David De Gea could remain our number one for next season, but we know he's going to remain our number one for the remainder of this season and that. So that is the latest news on that. Obviously, you saw my video that I did earlier on today. I obviously, give you the news on Jude Bellingham. He's obviously, now going to Borussia Dortmund by the looks of things. I also give you the news on Alexis Sanchez, didn't I? Reportedly now he's set to return to Manchester United because we won't allow Inter Milan to extend his loan. Sanchez's current loan expires on the 30th of June and that. I don't really want Sanchez back at Manchester United though. So that's what I spoken with you about on my previous video today. Jude Bellingham and Alexis Sanchez and that. But like I said, these decisions that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got to make at Manchester United, there's big decisions he's got to make. He hasn't only got a goalkeeping decision to make. We're facing a bit of a dilemma at left back. Like I said, we have got Luke Shaw and Brandon Williams at left back. Like I said, I think for the remainder of this season, Luke Shaw will remain our first choice left back. But maybe next season, Brandon Williams could become our first choice left back because Luke Shaw's obviously more experienced than Brandon Williams. I think he's addressed his midfield now as Solskjaer. I think he knows, his first choice midfield trio and that. He does know. Probably got a decision to make between Lindelof and Eric Bailly as well. Because some United fans are now saying that we should play Eric Bailly ahead of Victor Lindelof and all of that. I know Victor Lindelof is one of our first choice centre-halves alongside Harry Maguire. But Lindelof, looked off the boil against Tottenham on Friday. Got caught out far too many times on the counter-attack. He's past fit, by the way, Lindelof, because he limped off towards the end of the 1-1 draw with Tottenham. We'll probably end up starting Lindelof, but I'd actually put Bailly ahead of him in this game against Sheffield United and all of that. Probably Solskjaer's got a decision to make on Anthony Martial as well, because some United fans have said that Anthony Martial's not an automatic starter. So some United fans are saying, we should actually, drop Anthony Martial. He's had a good season, though, under Solskjaer's Anthony Martial. He has been playing in that central role this season and all of that. Solskjaer's also got decisions to make in the summer transfer window, of what players he's going to recommend in, and of course, what players he's going to get rid of. Solskjaer did say he's looking to make around 3 or 4 major signings at the end of the season. And I think he's planning to get rid of at least 5 players in the summer transfer window, because he's looking to get rid of more of the deadwood. Obviously, we get rid of players, we are going to generate money in that aspect and that. So there's decisions that he's got to make at Manchester United. So anyway, let's delve into some news on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come out and said Manchester United are not yet title challengers, but he did say, we are not far away. Now, our expectations next season will be to challenge for the Premier League title. Of course, we have got priorities for the remainder of this season. And, those priorities are, the top 4. That's definitely, a priority for Manchester United. Because obviously, we do want qualification for the Champions League for next season. And plus, if we can get top 4, we'll generate money. And plus, it'll help us have more of a competitive summer transfer market. But it all depends on Manchester City's 2-year European ban. Because if they do get that 2-year European ban upheld, then... If they do get it upheld, then, 5th place is a Champions League spot, and all of that. As it stands at the moment, we are sitting 5 points behind Chelsea. We've got 8 games remaining in the Premier League. And like I said to we've got the easiest running out of all the Premier League teams. So in reality, we should win at least 6 of our 8 remaining games, without a shadow of a doubt. But there's still a few teams in that top 4 race. Also, too, the FA Cup and the Europa League is a priority for us as well, because that's a chance for us winning 2 trophies under Solskjaer this season. And like I've said to if we could win the FA Cup, the Europa League, and finish in the top 4, it would be a fantastic achievement for Solskjaer and Manchester United. And it would be a memorable first full season for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because this has been Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first full season at the football club. He has been now at Manchester United for 18 months. He's been at Manchester United now for 18 months as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But we do need to challenge for the title next season. We do want to compete with the likes of Liverpool and City. Analysing it at the moment, City and Liverpool are strides ahead of us. But, this has been the 7th season now that, we have failed to mount any kind of title challenge up. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so the last time we won it was in Alex Ferguson's last season. So it just indicates how inconsistent we have been in the last 7 years. One of the main explanations why we've been inconsistent for so long is, reflect on the amount of mistakes that, we have made. That is definitely, one of the main explanations. But in the last 7 years, we've had different managers with different philosophies. Like I said, we've sacked 3 managers since the Alex Ferguson era. And that was David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. So Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Alex Ferguson era. Not only that, we have spent close to the £1 billion range on players as well. So in reality, we should be where Liverpool are, reflecting on the money we've spent. But we've recruited over 30-odd players in since the Alex Ferguson era and that. But like I said, we haven't dominated English football since the Alex Ferguson era. Ferguson endured 26 years at Manchester United. One of the most decorated managers of all time, won a total of 38 major honours. But there again, Ferguson didn't settle in straight away, because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at the football club, did Alex Ferguson. So this is what I said, some managers, do need time. But regardless of who our manager is, no one will ever replicate Ferguson's legacy. No one will replicate Ferguson's legacy. And no one will last as long as Alex Ferguson did. So let's just put that into the equation. But there you go. So hopefully, we can challenge for the title next season. But I did say at the start of this season, our expectations would have been to finish in that top four and probably, get some silverware on the board. Like I updated you earlier on, Solskjaer, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has given us an update on our transfer plans, and he did say, that we will do business as long as as long as players are available for the right price. And so Solskjaer's confirmed that, we will be spending money in the summer transfer window. Of course, this summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's second summer transfer window as Manchester United manager, because he's already overseen one summer transfer window. But in total, it will be his fourth transfer window as Manchester United manager. And, so already, Solskjaer spent over £200 million at the club in the two previous windows, because last summer he brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. And of course, in January, he brought Bruno Fernandes and Odin Igalo in. And, he's bought 5 good players in so far as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's one admission I have got to make. He's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in to the football club. So, I've taken positives, so far from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure. Like I said, our record against the big 6 sides this season's been good, because we've taken 17 points against the big, 18 points, against the big 6 sides this season. And Solskjaer's also promoted the youth very, very well, because, the young players have been given their chance. Greenwood's been flourishing. Also, too, Brandon Williams has done well. But there again, there's some young players that have found game time very, very hard. Gomez, his appearances have been limited. We've got to make a decision on Angel Gomez, by the way. His current contract expires at the end of this month. In Solskjaer's press conference, he had no update to give us on Angel Gomez's contractual situation. So we've got to make a decision on his future. James Garner, he's found game time hard as well, and so too has Tahith Chon. But Solskjaer did say, didn't he, when he got appointed in as Manchester United manager, everybody would get their chances to express themselves. And that's exactly, what has happened. So that's obviously, very, very good. And we have been in a good vein of form. Don't forget now we are unbeaten in our last 12 games in all competitions. And, that is our best vein of form since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, was the interim manager. So there you go. But hopefully, we can beat Sheffield United tonight and, extend our unbeaten run to 13 games in all competitions. And that, I'm very, very hopeful, that we can do that. Won't be an easy game tonight against Sheffield United. Sheffield United, of course, will be up for it, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of. Like I said, we've won our last 7 home games against Sheffield United. The last time we lost to them in the league was back in 1973. The last time we lost to them in the league. The last time we lost to Sheffield United overall was back in 1993 in the FA Cup. Solskjaer is going to be going head-to-head with Chris Wilder for the second time. Obviously, the reverse fixture between Sheffield United and Man United was 3-3 at Bramall Lane earlier on in the season. We was obviously 2-0 down in that game, but we showed good determination to get back into the game. And we scored like 3 times in 7 minutes. We had a good 15-20 minute period, but we did concede right at the end, and that, that obviously, that was disappointing. Like I said, Dean Henderson won't be playing. I think Jack O'Connell's a doubt for them. John Egan, their main centre-half, he's suspended for the game for Sheffield United. He's suspended for the game. Wait there a second. He's suspended for the game, is John Egan. I also heard that, Phil Jagielka is a doubt as well. But I've got to make an admission, regarding Sheffield United. They've enjoyed an exceptional season and they've definitely exceeded expectations, because no one expected Sheffield United to be in the position that they're in. They're now sitting, 8th in the Premier League. I've got to admire Chris Wilder, because he has done a very, very good job with Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United is the 5th club in his managerial career, but it's been his 4th season with Sheffield United, and he has progressed them from League One, to the Premier League. So you've got to admire him for that. Like I said, we need to win this game tonight to keep our top 4 ambitions alive. Sheffield United, will be thinking the same thing. We are sitting 2 points ahead of Sheffield United at the moment. We're sitting 2 points ahead of them. And, we are 5 points behind Chelsea. 5 points behind Chelsea and all of that. Like I said, tonight, Solskjaer's obviously, going to make changes, from the 1-1 draw with Tottenham. I don't think he'll make loads and loads of changes. I just think he'll make probably around 3 or 4 changes. I think definitely, Pogba's starting tonight. Could be making his first start in 10 months. I expect Mason Greenwood to start tonight as well. So it'd be interesting to see, how Solskjaer approaches the game. I think he'll get it spot on. Be interesting to see as well what formation he'll go with. He could go with any formation really, but if you've noticed on a regular basis this season, we have been going with that 4-2-3-1 formation a lot. Few times we've gone with a 5-3-2. Few times we've gone with a 3-4-1-2, I think, and a few times we have gone with that 4-3-3 formation. So yeah. But really, really looking forward to the game. I really, really am. But since the season resumed, Sheffield United have been bad. They lost to Newcastle 3-0 at the weekend. They drew last week with Aston Villa 0-0. They have got good players in the team of Sheffield United. They've got obviously Ollie Norwood, one of their best players. They've got McBurney. They've got John Fleck. They've got Billy Sharp. They've got Lynn Musset. So they have got, some decent players at Sheffield United. They've got some really, really good players. After Sheffield United, we've got Norwich in the Cup. That's on Saturday, the FA Cup quarter-finals. This is the 6th consecutive season, we have progressed to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. There's a good chance, we could actually, win it, to be honest with you. Like I said, it's first time Norwich have progressed to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup since the 91-92 season. But I'm very, very convinced, that we will beat Norwich. They're sitting bottom of the Premier League, looking likely, now that they are going down. I think after Norwich, it's Brighton and then it's Bournemouth. So we have, got easy games, coming up and that. We have got easy games coming up. But like I said, want to get the right players in the summer transfer window. I was hearing stories the other week saying that our transfer budget had been revealed. It said Solskjaer's going to get around 269 or is it 270 million to spend in the summer transfer window. Now, if that is the case, that should be enough for us, to get the right number of players in. Don't forget, Ed Woodward did say the other month that we will be competitive in the summer transfer market, but he did say we won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market. So he ruled out big transfers to Man United like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's recently done. So now reflects on that could put Jadon Sancho's move to Manchester United in doubt. Of course, Jadon Sancho is our number 1 priority target. Jack Grealish, he's another one of our priority targets as well. Our net debt now is 429 million, or just over 429 million, because it had confirmed around a month ago now that our debt had risen up by almost £130 million. But Solskjaer knows he's got the backing of Ed Woodward. He's also got the backing of the Glazers. Don't forget, Solskjaer was close to getting sacked earlier on in the season. He was very, very close to getting the sack. But I outlined the reasons why he didn't, because of obviously, the signing of Bruno Fernandes. That saved his job, because Bruno Fernandes made a difference in the team. And also, too, with the wins against the likes of City and Tottenham as well, that you can all say they saved his job as well. Being a club legend, that could have played a part in it as well, because obviously, Solskjaer, was a great player for us for 11 years, and he flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance and all of that. But United fans have got different perceptions on him. Some United fans think he's a foreseeable future and he can get us back to where we want to be. And some United fans, think we need a manager in at the top level, with a proven pedigree. But give Solskjaer at least another season, to see what he can do. See who else he can recommend in, because it is a transition period, you know, like he revealed at the beginning of the year. One thing Solskjaer's also said, that he will not tolerate any rotten apples in the squad, because he did warn our players, you know, that he will not tolerate any rotten apples in the squad and that. I still think he wants to bring young British talents in, because 3 of the 5 players that he has brought in so far, of course, are British and all of that. But yeah, you know, we have got a good squad. You know, Solskjaer said he's happy with the squad, but, you know, he doesn't think we're title contenders as yet. But, you know, he says we're not far away. You know, if we can get, you know, 2, 3 signings maybe in the summer transfer window, then maybe we can be title contenders next season. Maybe not win it though. But despite that, we've been so inconsistent for so long. You know, we are still one of the biggest clubs in the world with a fantastic history, an amazing fan base as well. You know, we've won 20 titles at the end of the day, and 13 of them are Premier Leagues and that. But there's been, you know, a lot of problems at the club for several years. You know, cultural problems. There's been a lot of problems with Ed Woodward and the Glazers and all of that. So there has been a lot of problems at Manchester United. But it would be just a relief, you know, if we could finish this season on a high. Even if we didn't get qualification for the Champions League, I still think, you know, Solskjaer will be here next season. You know, I really, really do. But Solskjaer, you know, he's still in the process of rebuilding at the end of the day, because the vast majority of this Manchester United team is not Solskjaer's anyway. You know, he's inheriting the vast majority, you know, of Jose Mourinho's players, because there's only a few players that have left who Jose Mourinho, of course, brought in and all of that. So, there you go. So that's, you know, really everything to update you with today, guys. Probably will be on with match reaction after the Sheffield United game tonight. So, there you go. There's also the Liverpool Palace game tonight as well. You know, so yeah. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.